Hello everyone! So, as I said I would be doing, I am going to continue to make a video with my favorite deck every day that I stream. And today that deck was whatever you want to call this that I have dubbed Tank. So basically what this deck started as was an artifact deck built around Mizzium Tank. I had a lot of other artifact synergies, but it turned out that just the overall best thing that was going on with the deck was Saheeli Sublime Artificer. So basically we have 3 very powerful 1cc cards, and so what we're trying to do is control the game a little bit and then cast one of these and use it to generate enough advantage to win the game. We can play Saheeli and she makes a bunch of servos. She can turn those servos into Mizzium Tanks, which end the game very quickly. We can just kill people with Mizzium Tank. This card's a really good threat that dodges sorcery speed removal. And Narset is basically a draw 2 that also incidentally just ruins the opponent's day. Suddenly we're not scared of Teferi, Hero of Dominaria, because his uptick doesn't really do anything. You really don't realize how many people need to draw cards until you play this card. You cast it, and then an opponent doesn't understand what's happening, and then they opt on the end step, and yeah, it's bad for them. So, outside of these cards, this is basically a sorcery speed control deck. We've got more powerful planeswalkers to dominate the game, draw cards, interact with the opponent. We have a sweeper in the form of Phyrexian Scriptures. You don't really want to play Ritual of Soot because this, the effect on Mizzium Tank is not a May, so Ritual of Soot will eat your tanks. But Phyrexian Scriptures takes a turn, but does not kill your tank, and doesn't kill the servos from Saheeli either. So this card is actually better than it looks. And then we've got control cards, Moment of Craving, Lava Coil, Thought Erasure, Angrath's Rampage. And then to continue the sorcery speed control deck elements, we have more card advantage in Treasure Map, and card advantage / a lockdown piece in Thaumatic Compass. I mentioned that it's all sorcery speed, we don't have counters, and we don't have much instant speed removal, and the reason for that is you don't really want to be casting cards at instant speed in this deck anyway. In addition to you wanting to tap out for planeswalkers, we really want our interactive cards to be sorceries as well, because that's what lets us turn on tank. It's much better to be able to keep applying pressure than if we had a tank out and we can't animate it, and we just have to kind of sit there under this, holding up Ionize or something. So, even though it looks weird for a control deck to play this way, it's all about maximizing the tank. It's not clear if this is better than a regular Grixis deck that doesn't need to lean on tanks so much, but it's different and I find it fun. Sideboard is just really straightforward, it's just control cards. One more Duress to go up to a total of 5 discard spells, Negates, Moment of Craving for aggro. Sorcerous Spyglass is another sort of sorcery speed lockdown piece, can lock out annoying planeswalkers, whatever they might be. And finally, if we need more sweepers, we have Fiery Cannonade. This card does not play as well with the rest of our deck as Scriptures does, since it kills... it doesn't kill Tank, because Tank becomes a 4/3 when you cast a spell, but it does kill your servos and Thopters, and Ugin tokens, but in the matchups where Fiery Cannonade is what you want to be doing, it's so good that you're okay with hitting a little bit of your own stuff. So yeah, the deck has a lot of neat interactions that should become obvious as we play, so I'm going to go ahead and get into it. Okay, first match with Tank. Let's go ahead and get into it. I'll just be really embarrassed if this deck doesn't do well, because when I first tested it... I think I have to mull this. Can't cast a reactive spell, mana's too slow, and 3 treasure maps is too many. This is much better. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, I tested it, and it was okay, and then I played it on stream, and it was actually quite good. So I'm hoping for results closer to that. Tapped Steam Vents, sure. Doesn't really matter, I guess any red or black land will possibly let us Angrath without taking damage. Search for Azcanta, okay. Gonna take advantage of that. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and stick this treasure map. So we're against a Grixis control deck. This is one area where we're behind. They've got Search for Azcanta, whereas we have Treasure Map. Overall, I like Treasure Map better, because Search is really good when you're playing with counter spells and you want to hold up mana. Okay, they didn't have it. The risk, though, is that this card can be eaten by Angrath's Rampage, and that would kind of break open the parity here. I'm just going to go ahead and try to resolve a Mizzium Tank. They probably don't have any 2-mana counters, and this will be kind of annoying for them to deal with. So, getting down the tank should be quite good. It'll take us a little while to flip this map, but that's fine. It's going to take them a while to flip Azcanta, too. If they play a Bolas the Ravager here, that will be kind of annoying. I think I would be tempted to pitch one Rampage, because we kind of want our lands. Then we could Lava Coil. Yeah, I think that's what's happening to us. No. Oh, alright. I'm not gonna blow one of these to animate the tank for nothing, so I guess we just pass here. We get to activate Treasure Map. Nothing on our end step. Huh. I wonder what they held up their mana for. Could be like a Rouse Outburst, maybe? That's kind of weird that they didn't just fire it off, though. Right, yeah, this is what I was worried about. I'm actually going to sack the tank, since we're... Oh, and we got another one. Yeah, so... go ahead and draw. Maybe they have a counter for the second tank here. Yeah, that's fine. They're still only at a few cards in the graveyard. Yeah. Keeping on top is scary, but we are very likely to flip our map before they flip this. Hopefully we can get out ahead. This card is really annoying. Like, we're very bad at dealing with it in Grixis colors, so... Oh boy. Well, that's not really so bad, because we can...
The undead make great minions.
Angrath's that away.
Royal and silent.
We can just ignore the 2/2
Like
for
a
the most
fun new
part.
toy.
Do not want land 6. Go ahead and flip this. Do we want another treasure map? Sure, that actually seems pretty good. Go ahead and draw. Then we can get rid of their Liliana. This is actually significantly less annoying than if they'd just played 5-mana Bolas, the Dragon God. This 2/2 will kind of stick around, but it's better than the effectively 2 cards they would have accrued from plussing a Bolas. Alright, they could flip this in like 1 turn if they want, so we need to be a little wary. Oh yeah, and I want to stop on my upkeep to scry with Treasure Map. Okay, I do not want the game to tap Treasure Cove. One thing you want to be really careful of when playing with these cards... Huh, that actually seems pretty good. So yeah, we'll go ahead and draw that. Go to my main phase. Yeah, so what I was going to say, you need to be careful because the game really wants to tap Treasure Cove. Something about the auto-tapping algorithm, it really aggressively tries to tap this, which is not what you want. But that said, I think we're going to end up tapping it here anyway.
Mind and body should move in unison, like wind and wave.
Okay, it is a Vraska's Contempt is their last card.
I must train harder. Hone your prowess.
Okay. These cards are both quite good. I think the Saheeli will be the better card overall. I'm not going to play her here. I'm going to just pass. They can flip their Azcanta here, which is pretty annoying, but we're going to really start going nuts with Treasure Cove and Treasure Map and stuff, just drawing cards. They milled a land, which that was just ideal for them. It would have been better for us if they'd had to mill some better card to get their Azcanta. Let's start drawing cards. We really need to find like more planeswalkers like this to start running away with the game before they bury us too badly. I'm just gonna go ahead and draw for the turn. Yeah, we're gonna be using all our mana here, so I'm gonna let it tap the Treasure Cove.
Today I craft my victory.
What? Why would it tap that way? Okay, they really don't want us to get the tank here. We'll see if they can stop us. Thought Erasure. That is not very good. And then we can just pass. This only has crew 1, so we can try to block the zombie if we want. We probably won't. Like, I'm just gonna let this happen. They can knock Saheeli down to 3, but her loyalty isn't really that important. If you just have her sitting around at all, she's fine. We just need to hope that whatever else they do with their turn isn't too scary. Yeah, it's fine. This is a close game. They controlled what we were doing pretty effectively, but they're kind of out of gas. They're on the verge of crawling back into it, though. Don't want second Saheeli. And let's go ahead and tap like this. Want to filter our draw, and we've got a lot of mana to work with here. Cool, glad that I activated that. Draw for turn. That is not a good draw. But what we can do here, though, is I'm going to turn this treasure into a Mizzium Tank. We have lots of spare artifacts lying around. And if they spend a removal spell to kill this, it's like really not a big deal. So that's cool. We can use this Lava Coil that we don't really need. We'll see if this resolves. If they use a 3-mana counter, they can't activate Azcanta, so they're like really not in a good spot. Yeah. And that's fine. Oh, wait, I miscounted. They do get to use Azcanta? Okay, never mind. Alright, let's go ahead and sacrifice a treasure to draw a card. We might hit like another opportunity to kill this. Then we'd really get to beat down for a lot. We did not. So I guess we'll just have to rumble. And now we're still in an okay spot. We're a little flooded, but we've got 2 treasure coves, so we get to draw 3 more cards here. Our tanks are just going to town. They're incentivized to try to kill Saheeli, but we've got her protected. And our card draw engine effectively costs us 1 mana per card. Theirs costs them 4. So, and yeah, like it just found them another Chemist's Insight. If the game goes really long, they'll run away with it, because their card draw engine can go forever. But they are running out of time. They can't just do this every turn. And I am going to double block here. If they want to spend a removal spell to eat one of our servos for free, like, whatever. That means it's a removal spell not going at our tank. And if they don't have a removal spell, then they've just got no pressure for Saheeli. So servos should hopefully bury them. I would really like to find like another Narset here. Then we could shut down this Chemist's Insight. And you can't count on this, but it's not that uncommon for people to walk into it. Like, they just don't read Narset and don't read what she does. Alright, I'm going to start out by drawing cards. Just get all of our options. If we draw Thought Erasure, it could clear the way for Karn, which would be really nice. Okay, so finding that is actually quite good. Yeah, I can go ahead and cast this treasure map. Animate tank, so we're still applying pressure. Get another servo. They're kind of incentivized to counter this, because this could draw a lot more cards. Okay, they're going to kill my tank. Alright, so we don't have our pressure up anymore, but they're not, like, generating advantage with these anymore. One thing you might have noticed is that whenever I, like, have a map going, I'm basically always,
Let us begin.
I'm basically always setting a stop on my upkeep, because I want to be able to scry. I've got plenty of extra mana, and so being able to make sure I don't waste a draw step on a bad card is really good. So, I can just try to bury them here by upticking Karn a lot, but I could also just make a token with Karn, and it will be quite big, and threaten to end the game very quickly. And I think I like that.
Awaken.
So now they've got to deal with our engine here. We're going to be able to keep up with them in card draw for a while yet, and we're just kind of going nuts with making absolutely enormous Karn tokens. Probably our best draw here would be like an Ugin. He really just ends the game and buries them in card advantage at the same time. Oh, well, that's a little unfortunate. I think we're still okay, but again, they're like kind of out of resources. Phyrexian Scriptures is not where we want to be, so glad we get to double scry here. That's like kind of fine, because it makes a servo and it makes sure that we don't get our thing countered, whatever it is we end up doing. So yeah, I'll go ahead and lead on this. Okay, they just had a land. Do not want to land. And I'm just going to put them on the spot with a Karn token again. Oh, well, this is a little unfortunate. Am I? A Karn token, like, isn't as good anymore because we burned all our treasures. Yeah, never mind. I'm going to uptick this.
Choices we make reveal who we are.
Alright, so this was not an excellent turn for us. Both players just kind of spinning their wheels here, not getting anything done. But, yeah, we'll be okay. Alright. Hopefully this means all their options are bad, instead of all their options are so good that they really need to think. Ugh, that's gross. Goodbye, Karn. So yeah, overall, not a great Karn. Huh. Not immediately contempting, huh? Okay. That was really weird how they played that. Like, did they have a stop in my draw step or something? I'm not sure. Thaumatic Compass. No. We don't really want that. Like, it shuts down an attacker. I don't know how they'll win the game if we have that, but... I just want to win the game, so... Okay, go to my main phase. Alright, they are again, like, out of resources. Let's hope we can actually find something with these treasure draws this time. Moment of Craving does not count. Alright, Mizzium Tank, you count. Go. Alright, so we only have one extra draw left, which is not good. But we've got a tank going, we still have Saheeli going. If they ever play a creature, we can, like, Moment of Craving a Bolas and then kill it with something else just to get the extra servos. Oh, well that is very bad. Huh. I don't think they wanted to burn that right there, though. Because, like, that can't be countered, so we couldn't respond to it or anything. They could have messed us up in combat. Instead, we're just going to get to, like, Angrath's Rampage it away. It was just sort of a weird draw, too. Oh, we don't even have to burn in Angrath's. Alright. Last treasure. Let's see what we got. More garbage. Man, we've got, like, a lot of good cards, and we did not draw very many of them. Saw, like, 3 Planeswalkers in our deck that has 6, 7, 8, 9, plus 3, we have 12. And we saw 3 in our top half? Yeah, that's rough. Well, we're like, we don't have any gas in the tank. We're kind of out of it. We gotta hope. Oh, gas in the tank. Oh no. Goodbye, servos. I miss you already. Best draw is still probably Ugin. Can apply pressure, makes a servo, animates the tank. Just kind of does everything we want. Yep, activate Azcanta. And this is what I was talking about. Azcanta can generate cards forever. We drew 9 extra cards off of these, but that doesn't matter compared to this just going until the end of time.
Spark will be mine.
Alright, Bolas, what do you got? Like an uptick doesn't really matter here. Yeah, I'll get rid of this island.
Conceivable.
They have an extra card, but like
Eons ago.
they're kind of almost dead. Yeah. All right. So I think I am still going to Angrath's this away because I just want to be able to uptick Ugin. So target player sacrifices a Planeswalker. And playing Ugin is important here because it will give us an extra trigger on our tank, putting them to 2. And so the 2 servos, or Ugin's token, or the tank are all lethal. So, they need to answer, like, everything to live here. Oh, and they pack it in. Wow. Okay, so that was, like, a really agonizing game. That was really hard, but we got there eventually, so that's sick. Okay, so I'm going to cut the Moment of Craving, because they're the worst. The thing you have to be careful of in this matchup is Thief of Sanity. We do not want to lose the game to them just playing a 3-drop and then we just die. Probably don't need all these Sorcerous Spyglass. We can put 1 on Bolas Dragon God and 1 on Azcanta the Sunken Ruin, and that's pretty good. Thaumatic Compass is okay, but we've got enough other card advantage cards. Then I'm going to trim 1 Lava Coil. That still leaves us with 5 2-mana ways to deal with Thief. It's not an amazing number, but hopefully it's enough. And I think this is the good control allocation. Yeah, hand seems great. Hand Disruption, answer for a Thief or Planeswalker later. Awesome card advantage Planeswalker. Uh-oh. And the hand gets a lot worse. These, the, like, black-based control mirrors can get really rough. Because often it'll come down to, like, we had our 1 interactive card, but if they go Duress into Thought Erasure into Thief of Sanity, they'll just take all our answers and we just roll over and die. They did not, so that's a good sign for us. We have 5 lands, which is almost all we need. Another Duress, sure. Probably going to take our tank. Unless they do have a Thief that they're slow rolling. Alright, this smells like a Thief. Well, I'm gonna try to get our tank down. A little flooded. We have not drawn a lot of spells, but... Huh. Nothing, huh? Alright. Assume they're gonna Chemisters here. We just sort of lost this game. Not even to being on the draw, because they had the 1 mana ones, but like... Take our only reactive card and then Duress us again is really hard to come back from. Notably, a Bolas Dragon God is like not good here, because Tezzeret would just animate the tank, knock him down to 1, and then also make a Thopter. I assume they have a Negate here, but like... Alright, we can't really play around that. Wow, they don't have a Negate. Alright, well, I'm just gonna go ahead and draw my card.
Brilliance comes easily to me.
We could uptick and make a Thopter, but if they just kill him, I would much rather have a random card than just the Thopter. Alright. Well, never mind. I am made to look like a fool. Alright, Narset, what do we got?
The focus, and I have just the trick for this.
Oh, these are a lot of good cards. Because if we grab a Saheeli, we can stick her right now, which is pretty good. Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
If it's a challenge you want, then
Yep.
a challenge you'll get.
It's gonna be like kind of hard to come from behind against our own Tezzeret plus whatever they have in hand, but a pile of servos seems like the best way to do that. Oh my god, they have their own Ugin? Never mind, everything is awful.
Long before your kind ever existed.
Oof. Yeah, we've just been getting beat up every turn in this game. Huh.
Secrets.
That seems like a weird play to me. I would have just killed Saheeli, get rid of the pressure.
Action.
Because now we can, like, kind of go off here. Yeah, we'll still be able to do everything. We give them a card here, which sucks, but we protect our planeswalkers, which I think is more important. I feel more in the game than I did a little while ago. Oh, and I want to set a stop on my upkeep. We really want to find a non-creature spell, because I think the best way this turn can go for us is that if we turn, like, a servo into a tank and then animate them both and cruise at the planeswalkers.
Master builds with ease.
I think we're losing this game, but it's a lot closer than I thought it was going to be a second ago. Big walkers versus 3 mana baby walkers. Oh man, the pattern continues.
Your corpse will make an excellent minion.
Notably, they'll only get to draw 1 card no matter how many things die in combat for them, because Narset is a hoser like that.
Good, mindless minion.
Alright, upkeep. Let's go ahead and treasure map. Definitely no. Alright. Okay. Wow, that's a really good draw. So we want to name one of these two because Liliana still gets her passive, so we want to kill her. Target artifact, become like that target artifact.
Genius is as genius does.
So yeah, go ahead, whatever triggers. Wow, their hand is quite good. I'm choosing, what is this guy again? Artifice Master, okay. I'm choosing that one because this is our only copy of this card, whereas we have our own Ugins in our deck, and we really don't want to lose those. Let's see, these have Trample, so they can put up to 5 toughness here. That's only hitting for 3. God, I think we're just dead. But we'll play it out a little longer. This is an inauspicious start. Well, that's not true. We got game 1, but I think we're mostly dead. Yeah, like this block saves Ugin, draws them a card, and we lose our real tank. Oh boy. They just go right back to what they were doing. Yep.
This is not my first ending.
Right, they only get one of these draws because of Narset,
They were lousy
but they
set
do get the
anyway.
Ugin card too. This is just like too much to keep up with. If we'd been able to cast 2 spells there... Oh, I guess they did lose Ugin. Yeah, that's sort of something. So it's just like Liliana plus this hand. Which is bad. Like, this is very difficult to go through, but, that guy being gone is step 1. Our own Ugin would be sick here.
Good help is easy to find in war.
Alright, opponent, what do you got? They have a land, they can do both of these, which is really, really bad.
This
Getting rid of Narset, man,
Overwhelming.
this... We must have been really annoying them with their inability to draw cards. Is that good enough? Not really. I think we need, like, something good. That ain't it. Alright, I'm gonna pack it in. We can start chipping Liliana here, but, she's just gonna ult soon. We're not casting enough spells, we can't pressure her. And this match has already been really long, so unless I want a 2-hour video for 3 matches, it's not worth it. Alright, now that we've seen their own Ugin and that, going up to 3 Spyglass seems totally fine. What do we cut? What is our worst card? They might not have Thief of Sanity if they have that many threats, so maybe we want less of this. I'm gonna make the hard call out that they don't have Thief of Sanity. If we lose to it, whatever. That's how it goes. Play first. This hand seems great. Even if they duress us on 1 to take our Thought Erasure, we can just hold up Negate. Okay. And if not, we get to go Thought Erasure into Tank, into reactive cards. Tank might just run them over. Excellent draw. I might have preferred to draw it later, so that they can't take it. Because we know they're playing a lot of discard. Yeah. Oh, poor Ugin. I'm going to take Thought Erasure here. Alright, Saheeli, that's exactly where I wanted you. So they're going to use their remaining Thought Erasure here, but they only have 1, so they can't take both of these cards. So they're going to have to make a choice. And they might take Mizzium Tank to keep us off of what we're doing, but then we just get to stick a Saheeli, and I think we'll be quite favored in a game where that happens. They took Negate. Interesting. Playing Saheeli here instead of the tank, because she is overall harder to kill. That's not really true. Okay, they drew a Duress. That is bad for us. Okay, so that was like the worst turn that has ever happened. And now we just need to pass. They're going to flip this quickly because we've been having a discard fight, and we're going to get buried by Search for Azcanta. Yeah, that was just... Doesn't get a lot worse than that. I'm not even going to negate this. It's just 2 cards. We need to be careful of like a God Pharaoh or a Liliana or something like that. Oh god. We barely fought through this the first game, where we played and flipped all 3 treasure maps. Definitely gonna negate this. An earlier build of the deck had Mox Amber, and that would be really sick here, but... The only good thing about this spot is now they kind of have to hold up counter magic, otherwise we're threatening an Ugin, but we just don't have anything going on. Like, if they hold up counter magic and then just activate Azcanta, we're gonna get buried. Yeah, this hand did not work out, and theirs was just fantastic. 3 Thought Erasures, Duress, hard counter, this that we weren't able to deal with, like... Well, we drew something else that we can throw into a counter spell. They kind of have to ionize this. Yep, sure. We get our second servo, which is kind of nice. We really just have to hope they don't have a second counter spell and we can stick Ugin somehow. And the one cool thing is that, like, normally they could stabilize this board, like, with this, but,
will resonate.
Like, what is he supposed to do here?
The multiverse.
If he down-ticks on Saheeli, he just dies to servos. If he up-ticks, we get rid of... I don't know. I'm just gonna get rid of this servo. This way, if we hit a land, we get to Ugin and kill it. And if we don't hit a land, we still get to Angraths. This kind of indicates to me that they have another similar effect. Which,
I have the plan.
Past is unwritten.
so, like, if they just play another Bolas and kill our Ugin, we're going to be sad. Yeah, sort of sad. We've still got servos, so we get to finish it off, but... Basically, we're not in a position to stick these for any length of time. Oh, I'm going to sack Saheeli. Eh? Don't kill it? Don't kill it? I'm going to immediately uptick, and that was actually a good draw. So even if we lose this guy, we have another one. Oh, yeah!
Beyond vision.
If they deal with our board, we get a Narset. Are we crawling back in? They get to activate Azcanta here, which is not fun for us, but... Alright, Bedevil. If they kill this, we get to slam another one and continue making a board. Yeah, it looks like opponent's deck has a lot of the better tools. Like, Bedevil is better than any of our removal. They have Azcanta, which can outmuscle our treasure maps. But they're not good at playing to the board, where we are. And that is giving them a rough time. Alright, give them a chance to do anything there. Alright, no counter. Aw, dang it. Oh, that's so rough for us. Oh well. That said, we've got a 3-turn clock on board, and we get a very good draw if they deal with our board, so... Yeah. We got something going here. Ugh. Huh, that can't kill any of our things.
Ether itself serves me.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and try to get rid of their guy. I don't care about the creature. That's fine. The Negate. Okay. They're probably going to eat a servo here. That's fine.
I am more than flesh and blood.
And I'm going to go ahead and make a construct.
Until you have lived as a statue, do not...
No, I'm going to uptick.
You may regret that choice.
Okay. So, we at least cleared 2 lands off the top of our deck. This is, like, really awkward for them, because Ugin doesn't, like, do what they want it to. It doesn't get rid of any of our things.
Manifest before you.
But, oh god, that's so bad. Alright, it looks like the last few cards that they had were better than ours. The Negate for our Angraths was just... That might end up being it. Oh, yeah. Alright, we're buried. Disappointing end to a long, long control mirror. We won a bunch of those when I played earlier, though, so I think the deck's capable of it. Our draws in the last 2 games were just a little rough. Okay, second match with Tank. Hopefully not against a Teferi deck. I don't know if I can do 2 more control mirrors. Seems a little risky, but it's fine. We have one of our engines. We have a reactive spell. Can't cast a Narset, but can cast basically anything else. That's a bad sign. That's, Drawing land 6 is also bad. Okay, I'm gonna play Saheeli out here, even though she will be hit in the process. Our hope is that we draw something so we can start playing spells and getting servos, and we need her to already be on the table. That is bad.
We can banish evil from this plane.
Angrath's Rampage would be a good hit here. I think we're just gonna get run over though.
Destruction your only art.
Yeah, that was not a good draw. We are flooded and just getting beat down. The 1-2-3 curve. The 1-2-3 curve is bad news anyway, and it was a 2-drop that doesn't die and a 3-drop Planeswalker
Fight another day.
that is also a 4/4 for 3. Okay. Have I seen enough? I think I have. We don't need to show them any more of our deck. We know how that game was going. Alright, so as I mentioned, Cannonade, not a combo with a lot of what our deck is doing, but worth it because their deck, yeah. We kind of want Angraths for Gideon, but it's like kind of bad against everything else. Karn is just slow, as is Tezzeret, and Narset is like not as good as usual. Let's cut those and go up on Moment of Craving. I think this is fine. Now we're basically just normal Grixis control. Which is maybe what the deck wants to be anyways. The most impressive cards have been Ugin and Narset for the most part. Ugh. Oh man, this hand is like so much worse, but at least the mana works. Really don't want to keep that on there. Oh, we got rid of our Narsets. Never mind. I shouldn't have kept the 5th land. We don't need that. I was just about to make a speech about how we really want to hit our 2nd blue, but we don't have any double blue cards left in the deck. Well, at least this match won't take as long as the previous one. Alright, we have plenty of lands, so we're not going to have to shock this in either way. Just going to pass, let them play into a Cannonade if they want. Oh, I can't Cannonade on their turn because of the Tithe Taker. Oh well, that's fine. Scriptures is kind of cool here because we will take a beating, like we're on board taking a lot of damage, but it kind of steals and it trades that life by... Oh, never mind, we're just super dead. Alright, well, I have never lost that way before, but... Whew-wee. That match was awful. I'm hoping the last one we can bring it back a little. Okay, 3rd match. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Why? This is better. It's not good, but it's better. Huh. If we draw a 3rd land, this is like the best thing we can have. I'm gonna be ambitious. It's like, with land 3, this gets us all our lands. Well, that's not even really true. We don't even have that many basics. Oh, I should have played this. Oh well. But, Yeah, this isn't even so much for the basics that it gets so much as just turning into Spires of Orazka. Oh god, is this the Nexus deck? This matchup's like stone unwinnable. Yeah. I'm gonna play a Wilderness Reclamation here. So for people who haven't encountered this, blue-green Nexus was like a nasty deck before. Oh my gosh, we're still whiffing. It was a nasty, powerful deck before that was difficult to beat, and it has gotten so much worse. Kefnet is really obnoxious, lets them get a very early Nexus of Fate without even using up a Nexus of Fate. We're super dead, missing all these land drops. But more importantly is the new Tamiyo, because she is really, really obnoxious. Lava Coil is terrible, as is Phyrexian Scriptures, so that was clean sideboarding. She digs you into Nexus very quickly. Her plus removes total cards from your deck, and so every time you shuffle Nexus in, it becomes a higher percentage of the cards in your deck. Oh, I forgot to board these out. Ugh. Sorry guys, this is not my day. Yeah, her minus can grab you like a Wilderness Reclamation or whatever you're missing, but most importantly is Tamiyo's static ability, which removes both discard and edicts. So you can't rip Nexuses out of their hand with Duress or Thought Erasure or whatever, and you can't get rid of Tamiyo with Angrath's Rampage. So if you're playing black, you're basically just leaning on Negate to beat that deck if they have a Tamiyo out, and it is so difficult to fight that deck on the axis of counter magic, because Wilderness Reclamation means they have twice as much mana as you do, so it's really hard to flex counter spells on them. Basically, I'm just hoping we can somehow steal this with Mizzium Tank.
My creations are things of beauty.
At the very least, we can hit her down to 1 here. Cancel. And in case you haven't noticed, we've horrifically flooded out again. Oops. Man, I was worried this video was going to be way too long after the first match. Yeah, maybe it would have been better if it were way too long, because that means we weren't getting it. If we were losing, we weren't losing this way. Yeah. I'm gonna untap it. I'm gonna play Karn, and he isn't gonna resolve. Wow, he did resolve. Okay.
I battle for the forces of good.
They just have nothing here? This is like really weird. I'm like kind of in awe that he resolved. Sure, draw some cards.
I must accept defeat for now.
Alright.
I'll make use of that.
Something tells me they aren't going to give me Ugin. We're like weirdly in this game. Because like they showed they don't have a counter, so Wilderness Reclamation isn't doing that much. Our board is vastly superior with these tanks, so they're going to have a hard time sticking anything. Alright, like God Eternal Kefnet is annoying, but...
We should discuss our differences.
Alright. Going to go for a controversial play, and I'm going to keep upticking Karn. I don't really want to play Ugin yet, unless they want to give me an Ugin, but... Yeah, I figured. We can use that to try to handle some sort of Planeswalker later. But yeah, here we get to play Saheeli.
Prepare to marvel at my masterpieces.
And now we can send the tanks at them, and we know they don't have a counter. And even if they do, if they block, I'm just gonna Moment of Craving this God Eternal. There's no way they're playing around that, that's for sure. Huh, okay, so if this is a spell, they get to fork it with Kefnet. But yeah, like, I don't know. We can Moment of Craving Kefnet, and they'll draw it eventually, but they'll still get mushed in the meantime. And even if they have a counter, this makes them 5/4s, so it'll at least trade. Sure, Chemist's Insight. Carl Harpooner, huh? They preying around Bolas being in our deck, I guess? But yeah, so I thought we were like super dead, but they just kind of fumbled around and didn't really do anything. If they can start leveraging all this extra mana, they might be okay, but right now they're just getting run over. Mizzium Tank finally doing what we would put it in the deck for. And next turn we're actually threatening a lot of damage, because we can downtick Saheeli to turn this servo into a third Mizzium Tank, and then just rumble. They're going to need something very good here to not get messed up. I've liked playing this matchup when I was playing one of the other brews I've been working on. That overall is not a great deck, but it does have 3 Teferi Time Raveler in it, who matches up very well against any deck that wants to use extra mana outside of their main phases. Huh, okay, so they've got 6 mana. So they're trying to hit a Wilderness Reclamation, or a... Okay. Alright, it begins. Huh. I said we were in a really good spot, but now we might just not get another turn, ever. I will definitely block here. Wouldn't mind keeping my servo around, because like I mentioned, I want to turn it into a tank with Saheeli, but if we let it through, they're just going to get to attack again on this next turn, and that's too much damage on Karn. Yep. Oh boy, I wish opponent were slightly faster at executing this. In the best of circumstances, Wilderness Reclamation plus take all the turns is really tedious. Huh, they don't get to redraw their Kefnet, though. That's interesting. I suppose this is probably a really good card for this deck, too, since playing cards like Growth Spiral suddenly gives you bodies to be on the defensive, but it's also a win condition that naturally builds up as you're taking all the turns. I just can't, Oh man, this card is just the bane of my existence today. Opt? That's not a Nexus of Fate. Alright, what do you got? Put it on the bottom. They probably don't have a Nexus yet. Crawl Harpooner? That's not a Nexus. Come on, what's the last one? Show me the money. They float the mana here. They could as Kanta into Nexus and it still works. Ugh, I don't like those odds. Please. Please. If they're slow rolling me on a Nexus of Fate, I'll just die. I can't take it. That is not a Nexus. Oh no, don't you do it. Okay. Whew! Alright. They cannot play a Nexus right now. It's not possible. Doing something on my upkeep? Alright, so... I can only have 7 mana here, so... I'm assuming they don't have fogs in post-board, and we haven't seen any, so I guess my best bet is to try to just kill them with tanks. If I cast if I cast 2 spells, then each tank becomes lethal. Let's go ahead and plus Karn. It's a pity leaving 2 Ugins in exile, but that's just like not what this game is about. Okay. Definitely not going to give me the negate. That's fine. Target player sacrifices a creature. Now either of these tanks is lethal by themselves. Wow, and we got there. Holy crap. Alright. So, do we want to board in Sorcerous Spyglass just for... Well, we definitely want to board out Moment of Craving, so yeah. Although, notably, Moment of Craving was really awesome both times we played it, so... that's something, I guess. But yeah, I think we probably want to be like this. I think we still want Angrath to get rid of annoying Kefnets. Yeah, running it. Wow, I really thought we were done that last game, but they just couldn't deal with Mizzium Tank, I guess. And it closed the game quite quickly. That was a very effective attacker. Fun bug that I noticed on the stream today. While deciding which player will go first, it is always to Fairy versus Vivienne, and then it snaps back to whatever you've actually chosen. This hand is great. Sorcerous Spyglass can stop whatever's annoying. Negate's great. Narset will cause their deck a lot of trouble. If we get this down, I can't imagine their growth spiraling going very well. Or Chemist's Insight or whatever else they're doing. Alright, so I am going to pay 2 life, and I'm just going to pass. Because their main play pattern is going to be Growth Spiral into Wilderness Reclamation, and we really want to be able to negate a Reclamation. Ideal play would be they play Reclamation, we negate it, untap Narset. That is not ideal. Man, that makes this deck so brutal. Like, I think we did everything right here, and we're just really screwed. Not that one. Get a tank down. And now, like, we had to commit to the board, otherwise we're just gonna lose to this God Eternal. And now they can still just slam Reclamation, and we're just dead if they do that. Yeah, oh my gosh. Like, I don't know at what point we were supposed to play something differently here, but kind of felt like we were just done for a long time. Well, they're like out of stuff, so that's something, I guess. We're losing on board, but with Saheeli we might be able to change that. Basically, we need them to not get extra cards out of this, which so far they have not. Alright, so this is a problem. Don't think anyone's denying that. Alright, Narset, what do we got? Yeah, that's what we wanted to see. Go away, Kefnet. Wow. Opponent, like, flooded out. They had the great opener and then just flooded out, couldn't really do anything, and now we might be stealing it. Saheeli. Annoying, but not necessarily relevant. Yeah, it doesn't do anything here. So, We'll start out by minusing Narset.
And prepare.
Oh, I wish we had one more land. I'm going to take Ugin. So we still got one turn, really, until they do that. I am going to 3, 7, 8, 9, so any land turns this on, so getting rid of that is like a worthwhile endeavor.
What an interesting creature. Let's see how you work.
Alright. Okay. So I was like thinking through, there were a lot of different ways we could have played
Time
this.
to come up with a new plan.
But now they can't activate this, even if they somehow get enough permanence. Their Saheeli is gone. They're drawing God Eternal Kefnet soon, but it should be too late unless they have something really good here as their last card. Because, like, Kefnet doesn't necessarily do anything. Wow. Never mind. Well, they still can't activate this on board. What is our play here? Probably want to Narset and downtick. It's almost worth just playing Thaumatic Compass, tapping it to get our island. We still have our island, right? Yeah. And playing it to guarantee Ugin next turn to handle Kefnet. Yeah, I think that's actually the play that's like just guaranteed to work. And then we can pitch Thought Erasure. Yeah, alright. So that was really scary, but as soon as I like actually thought it through. I suppose they'll get to draw a card off of Arch of Urza, which is annoying, but as long as they don't draw a counter, I think we'll be okay. Weird how they chose to do this. Alright, Ugi.
When you understand reality, be gone, interloper.
Alright, yeah, now they can start drawing a lot of cards a turn, but we are going to bury them quite quickly. Between Ugin and Saheeli and stuff like that. Alright, close game. Both players relatively low, so every point of damage we can put on the power... Every point of power we can put on the board matters. Scary card, but I don't know that they'll have enough mana to have Arch and that going at the same time. I think this game might come down to whether or not this card matters. So yeah, they're just immediately picking up Kefnet again. Ooh. Well, that was a fine draw. Alright, well.
Behold, new wonders.
River's Rebuke is really annoying. I think I want to get rid of that. I think we need to go nuts. That is an excellent card down on top. Oh no! Ugin gets rid of that. Oh, but we get to play these for free, so that's kind of cool. Huh. Oh, I could have played this for free last turn. People are probably at home saying, Ian, why are you such an idiot? And the answer is that I have no excuse. I'm an idiot. And I could have... I could have locked out these two draws and just been really, really far ahead.
The fabric of the multiverse obeys me.
Alright, now we're in a good spot again, but now they'll be able to start getting cards off this instead. And yeah, Apologies for everyone at home. I forget about this guy's passive, although it's quite good with these 3 cards here. Yeah, sure, untap your lands. Doesn't do too much here. Mizzium Tank. Is that good enough? Like, kinda? 2 tanks is, like, pretty hot. Nah. I'll look for something reactive. Yeah, I'll go ahead and do this on my upkeep. Don't think we want a Narset. Alright. This is cool because now this will flip on our end step, and so we will be able to stop Kefnet from attacking. So yeah, that's quite powerful. I think we want to down tick here, or we're going to want to play Mizzium Tank. Then we're going to want to turn a servo into a tank and ship in with everybody. Okay, I want this to be like that.
I know how to stop you.
And then we can go ahead and send in the team. I don't care if they block to kill, like, anything here. That's just fine. Yeah. Alright, getting them low.
Truth lies beyond vision.
And here I'm just passing with mana up so we can negate in case of any funny business. And I think we've got the game locked up. Oh, they get to flip their Escanta. Sure, so they can search up a couple non-creatures. So yeah, I guess we could lose if they, like, have, oof. That's scary, but I think we need to save, the negate for a potential, Nexus itself. Well, there it is. Basically, if we get one more turn... Coming at us, huh? I'm okay with going to 4. Yeah, this is, like, really bad. Because they have so much mana. That said, if I would have negated the first Wilderness Wreck, we would have died. They would have, gotten to resolve it. But... So this is, like, slightly higher upside at the moment. Please don't find a counter or another Nexus. It's a big deck. Your odds aren't that good. Okay. Oh boy. As I said, this is tedious in the best of days. Do not tap me that way. Magic Arena is trying to kill me. Basically, we're attempting to not let them get any more turns here. Oh, they messed this up. They wanted to go to the second untap so they could search again. I suppose if they don't have any counters in their deck, it doesn't matter. But if I'm assuming they do have some amount of counter spells. And so they'd want to be able to dig for a counter to hit my negate. Now they specifically need to find Nexus of Fate. Oh, but yeah, even if they get a single more turn, we're not technically dead because I can Spires the Kefnet. But we're probably dead because they get 3 Escanta activations to find a Nexus. God dang it. Oh, this is so frustrating. Yeah. Alright, so they get to look at least 13 cards to find one more Nexus. We're just, like, super dead. please, just do something. I wish they would just dig for it right now. I guess I could have a Negate as this card. This is the one they don't know about. If they reveal a Nexus, I'll go ahead and concede, so no one needs to be put through this anymore. But, if they don't find a Nexus in 3 activations somehow, we do get to Spires this and then just kill them very easily. That ain't it, although it is a lot more looks. They're up to seeing like 20 cards this turn. Oh boy. I'm sure glad Wizards only banned this in Best of 1. It's a very fun, healthy play pattern for Best of 3 as well. Especially with this making Negates very bad and Tamio just removing discard as a way to do anything. Maze of Ith, whee! Come on, opponent. Go to your end step, draw all your cards, show me a Nexus, and you can have the game. Go ahead and resolve all. I promise I don't have a spell pierce. Okay. Alright, finally they showed it to us. Wow, and they didn't even need the 2 extra digs. That's really gross. Alright, so this was kind of a disaster overall. We went 0-3. Deck did not measure up to what I was hoping for or what I saw earlier today, but you know, it's possible that this is all just too cute. Like, tap out control maybe just isn't good. Maybe I should just be playing Grixis control with the innovation of Narsets and Ugins over some other things. Hard to say. It'll need more playing, but anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, and you would like to see more, I would love it if you could subscribe to this channel, and also go ahead and check out my Twitch link down below, give it a follow. I stream a couple times every week, and that's where the decks for most of these videos come from, and it will help me grow if you could go ahead and give me some followers over there, and even more so if you actually tune in. I think that's all I got for today. Thanks everyone for watching.